Welcome to today's video. I'm finishing up the request. This one's going to be pretty unique. This one right here is from one of my really good friends, one of my best friends, and it's going to be a Hey Arnold and Doug mashup. So I was pretty interested in doing this one and I decided to take the challenge, so let's get started. Alright, so when I first started doing this drawing out, my initial challenge was trying to figure out how I was going to have Doug, Arnold, Gerald, and Skeeter cross over, but have it still honor both of their original series and the characters that they represent themselves. So I was doing a few research, I did watch a few episodes and everything like that, and I was trying to keep the animation true. So going from the Nickelodeon studio with Doug originally being the first show, releasing in 1991, and then Hey Arnold releasing later on a few years after that, their animation was vastly different, and that's why everyone liked them. Or, well, me personally, I liked them. But anyways, going back to the video, I decided to just join them together in the two music scenes that they had, like when Doug and Skeeter were doing the whole garage band, and then, of course, Arnold and Gerald when they were listening to the music. So that's what pose I got. Now, what I did find interesting, though, was that Doug was Nickelodeon, and it first premiered on August 11th, 1991, and then, well, ABC Disney bought it and released their own thing back in 1996. Now, what I found interesting about that was that around that time period, Arnold himself had first premiered over there in 1996 as well, in October. So it was a few months after that. Not the correlation or anything like that, just because how development and everything works, but it was just really cool seeing that these two had both existed within one another, and if they were cool enough, you know how Disney did some crossovers and everything like that, it would have been cool to see these characters cross over. But in honor of Doug being the first one, I'll let you go ahead and listen to the soundtrack or theme song now. Alright, so that was the original theme song for the TV show Doug when it aired on Nickelodeon. Now, I won't lie to you, I wasn't alive when that one came out, and I did get to watch reruns, of course, when they were showing it, because that released in 1991, and then when the one on Disney, when they acquired the rights and everything, came out, I was 2 and up until about 5 when it was on the air, until 1999, and with Disney, it just took off. I mean, they ended up having like a whole live show over there at their park in Florida. It was the MGM Hollywood Studios, and now it's just Hollywood Studios, Doug Live, which is pretty cool, but, you know, to each their own. Some people compare the Nickelodeon to the Doug, how, of course, you know, they did change and alter a few characters and everything like that, and the attitude and who the characters were, but I'm digressing. To compare the two, I'm gonna let you guys listen to the Disney version of Doug, and then of course I'm gonna get to Hey Arnold. So I mean, we got 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes, so I'll stop talking and I'll let you listen to the theme song now. How about that? Alright, so you had the original Nickelodeon theme song for Doug, and then you had the Disney theme song for Doug. My personal opinion, just because it's the one I grew up with, I do like Disney's a little bit better than the Nickelodeon, but I do give the respect to Nickelodeon. Disney had their whole switch up when Roger shows up on screen with the whole metal rock thing going on, which is pretty cool, and I did like the animation with the whole page flip and everything. But to each their own. I'm just saying my opinion, and my opinion doesn't carry too far. But now let's talk about Hey Arnold. And Hey Arnold, I think, came to me so close to my heart. One, the instruments alone, like the theme song, the opening theme song, let me tell y'all. Actually, let y'all listen to it.
But here we go. Hey Arnold! Move it, football head! Hey, Arnold!
Now you guys can't tell me that that is not a killer soundtrack or theme song. My apologies. Jim Lang is the composer for it. And okay, well, let me pause about this and let's look at the drawing. So the drawing itself, I think up to this point took me about an hour and a half to draw it all out, sketch it all, and ink it out. And I like how I did. I kept the outline for where I'm going to put the Nickelodeon splats, just because that's both the same network they both resided on at one point in time. And I decided to just go in and start coloring it. But back to the soundtrack for Hey Arnold, Jim Lang did phenomenal. It's partially one of the reasons why jazz is one of my favorite genres. The instrumentals alone, it was down and funky. It themed it very well. It fit the city themed, it fit the characters. I don't know. When I first watched Hey Arnold, it vibed with me so well. And he also ended up reprising his role back in Lord in Space in 2001, 2004, while he was still doing Hey Arnold. So if you ever watch that show, I might do a drawing over there. But anyways, he actually came back when they greenlit the Hey Arnold the Jungle movie in 2017, which I thought was really cool because it kind of added to the nostalgia feel, not just for the characters, but for the music alone too. So I just thought that was phenomenal. But I'm going to let y'all listen to the closing theme because I think that deserves just as much attention as the theme song opening scene as well. Well, here we have it. Just looking at it, going from Doug to Gerald to Skeeter to Arnold, I am very, 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 very excited how well it came out. Now, inking is not my forte, and I'm going to keep on working on it, but look, it flowed. I took two images and everything, and I took the references from them, and I combined them into this one piece, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I am so, so happy. Yeah, that's it. So, peace, love, and hot sauce. And as always, thanks for watching. We reached 100 subscribers, so thank you. Thank you all so much. And until next time, see y'all.